All right, hi there. I'm John Ray, the co-founder of Inspecting Cloud, and I'm joined by one of our users today. Out of Idaho, we've got Cory Tanner with Bolton Property Management. And, you guys hear from me all the time about how Inspecting Cloud is changing the property inspection process. But today I wanted to talk with Cory about how he was doing his property inspections before Inspecting Cloud and kind of how this software has changed things. So thanks for being here, Cory.
Great, thanks, John. Appreciate it.
So tell me a little bit about what your process looked like before you started using the Inspecting Cloud software.
So I have been in property management for 3 years now, and have just a little bit about the company. We have about 185 doors that we manage, and when we started out, everything was list-based, paper-based. I had a pretty comprehensive inspection form that I added additional items to, and it was the typical clipboard and pen checklist, and then I would take pictures, and I get the sense that that was the same thing that I got from others. When other properties would turn over to me, I would get photographs, just stacks of photographs, or emailed files of pictures, and it was very antiquated, very sort of clunky. I just had these papers that I would then make photocopies and stick into their hard copy files.
I think that is a similar story for a lot of property managers, especially people that I've spoken to that have switched to this software. I think one of the biggest issues in changing from that kind of antiquated process is that people sometimes can be afraid of technology. Tell me a little bit about how you guys implemented this into your office, and was it a hard transition?
Well, let me just preface it by saying, though I consider myself pretty young, I am computer illiterate. I am not very tech savvy. I don't have all of the gadgets and the gizmos. In fact, my iPhone that I have now is my first smartphone and I just got that like a year ago. So I am not on the tech savvy side. So any kind of adoption of technology for me I would say, is relatively slow and cautious, is the way I approach adopting technology. So so to be able to jump onto an inspection platform takes a lot of faith for a guy like me. I have to have a lot of confidence in it. But I was searching for something, anything that would make my life easier. Because with the forms and the clipboard and all of the additional process involved, tracking of materials involved in the way I was doing it before, there had to be a better way. And so, when I came across Inspect Cloud, it was worth a shot for me. So, your question was, how has the implementation happened for us? I had the guts to try it once, and I tried it. I tried it on one of my properties, and I remember it was just it was a small 3-bed, 2-bath home, and I tried it on that property, and I had my phone, and I just took pictures with my phone, and I put in, like, all of the categories were there, all of the information was there. It was stored directly, and I thought, it cannot be this easy. It cannot be this simple. And I was able to upload the information, and it has you upload the information. And then when I got back to the office, got back to my desk, and I'll preface this by saying, I brought not only my phone, but I brought my clipboard too. So just in case this technology was going to fail on me, John, I had my trusty clipboard in case I needed it. And when I got back to the office, I pulled it up, and there were all of my pictures and all of my comments and all of my. I mean, it was liberating. I mean, I have to say, it really was liberating. And once again, I am slow to adopting technology. I consider myself relatively slow, but it was that easy and that simple.
Well, I'm glad that it's working out for you. Tell me, have you been able to send these reports to owners? Do they like them better than what you were giving them before? These reports kind of end up all over the place, and so on the receiving end, have people commented on the reports?
Absolutely. And I say owners, not only owners, but also tenants. So previous to this, previous to Inspecting Cloud, I was scanning in and emailing hard copy files with all of my handwritten, and my handwritten is not very good. And then I was also attaching photographs, which you can never attach enough photographs to an inspection. And so that's what I was doing before. This puts it all in a concise format with the pictures, room by room, detailed comments, as detailed as I want it to be. And the reaction has been awesome. Number one, it's a one-stop place for an owner to have a file and be able to access that file and look at his property. Number two, it adds all kinds of credibility to me as a property manager, because it rather than having this piecemeal scrapbook type feel of here's all of the stuff that you need and you dig in and see what's important to you, here's now a concise, professional, very clear report that goes through your whole property. So to me, what I like is that it makes me look good. And the feedback has been extremely positive from owners. They absolutely love being able to have everything in a concise place.
Yeah. Are you guys using the digital signature pad?
I am. We are using the signature pad, which is great. So I sign it and I have the tenant sign it, and they just sign right on my phone. And it's, it's great. I think that's the other thing. So when we talk about the tenant perspective, I think it adds a lot of credibility for the tenant as well. So I do it for move out inspections, and I let them know that I will send them a copy of it. But I have their signature there saying, you saw what I saw, and there's no, I took the picture, you were right there when I took the picture, and here's your signature at the end. So it sort of is that stamp of approval, that verification that we're both on the same page and there's no miscommunication about damages to the property or what needs to be repaired or taken care of.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your time. Anything else that you would tell people about your experience with this software?
No, I would just simply say that it's worth giving it a try. For me, I tried it that once and it sold me. It didn't. There was a free trial period, and I tried it, and there was no question as to whether I would sign up. It has made my life easier. It has made me, as a property manager, feel more professional and appear more professional to my clients and customers and give them the services that they need. It's just exactly everything that I would hope for in an inspection software.
Great. Well, I really appreciate you sharing your story. And for those of you who would like to try Inspecting Cloud, you can, of course, go to inspectingcloud.com. Cory, I know you're busy, so I'm going to let you get back to your day, but thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.